Hi everybody, welcome back. I've got my July empties today, so this is a video I put out at the start of every new month. It's where I go through all of the beauty products that I finished off in the previous month and I tell you my thoughts about them, would I recommend them, would I repurchase them. Yesterday I had a lash lift done and I also got my eyebrows waxed, so I'm spending the next couple of days not wearing any makeup. I'm not putting contact lenses in as well. I completely forgot, it's been a while since I've had my lashes lifted, but I forgot that for the next 24 to 48 hours you're not meant to get them wet, and I could have done with washing my hair on the day that I got my lashes lifted, so I'm going to be heavily relying on dry shampoo for the next couple of days until I can wash my hair, so hence the makeup free, glasses on, completely pared back appearance in today's video. So apologies if the ring light reflecting in my glasses gets very annoying. I'm not really too sure how you can stop that. I think there are some videos on how to do that, but I can't quite work out how, so we'll just have to deal with it. But back to empties. It's been a low number of empties for July. I only finished off 8 products. I've got them here behind me, but I do have a good mix of makeup, skincare, hair care and just a little bit of body care in there, so I'll just get started and talk you through them. Let's start with body. This is my only body care empty in July. This is by Aveeno. It's the Daily Moisturising Yogurt Body Cream, vanilla and oat scent, revitalises normal to dry skin. It's just a body moisturiser, 300 ml. I really like Aveeno's products because they are kind of catered with dry or sensitive skins in mind, and I quite like to go for products like that because I tend to find them to be quite gentle and quite nourishing, and this was a really lovely body moisturiser. It sunk in quite nicely, it was very hydrating, it wasn't like greasy or slippy afterwards, and it had a nice gentle scent. Yeah, I can still smell it. I have washed this out, but it's quite oaty, but it's a very pleasant scent. It's a very sort of like gender neutral scent, so anybody in the family could use this. It's nothing too overpowering or fruity or floral or spicy. It's just a very nice, safe, gentle scent, and it comes in a pump, and I love products that come in a pump because I find them to be so hygienic. You're not dipping your fingers into anything, you're not having to like squeeze anything out of a tube as well. It's just one pump, and then you can work on adding more pumps as and if you feel like you need it. And then once I got down to the bottom, unscrewing this was easy. It comes out really nicely. Sometimes with screws, they're really quite tight and difficult to unscrew. And then I was able to get absolutely every last bit of product out of this bottle. So I like it in terms of how practical the packaging is, and I just really like the product itself. And Aveeno is a really decent price point. I think I've used a few of these before in the past. I like to switch between, say, this, if I'm feeling a little bit bougie, maybe like an Elemis body lotion, or the red bottle from Garnier, but I find the design of that bottle really quite frustrating. I much prefer a bottle like this. Right, let's do makeup. I've got 3 makeup empties. The first one, I don't have the packaging with me. I did tell you about this product in my most recent Project Pan video because I finished it off right on the 1st of July, and that happened before I filmed my most up-to-date Project Pan update video, so I did tell you about it in that video. I'll link it somewhere. It is a foundation. It's by L'Oreal. It's the Tinted Plumping Serum, the True Match one that comes in a pipette in a dropper, and that is why I don't have the packaging, because I cleaned that one day because I find that the product seeps out and it gets very messy. So I cleaned it up, but you've got to be really careful when you clean it because it can disrupt the pipette, the squeezy bit, and that's happened a few times, but I've always managed to fix it until the last time I cleaned it, and then I just wasn't able to squeeze it, so I had to decant it and then just pour it into a little tub. So I don't have the packaging because I did actually end up having to throw it away because it was just far too messy. But anyway, it is still an empty, which I'm very pleased about because my foundation category is not so much now, but at the beginning of the year it was quite large. It was definitely like the key part of my makeup collection that I wanted to reduce. So very happy that I'm now down to 3, and just one of those 3 foundations that I have left is out of date, so that's feeling a lot better. The L'Oreal one is a lovely, glowy, natural looking tinted serum. It's very beautiful. It can be built up to get a heavier coverage if you want. I think I had shade 2 for my shade, because I think shade 1 was a little bit too pink. The shade that I had was slightly too dark, though I would like to see them kind of expand their shade ranges just a little bit, just to capture a couple of more kind of like in between shades. So ideally I think I would like somewhere that's a mixture of say 1 and 2, the lightness of 1 but the warmth of number 2. Great to blend in. You can use your brush, you can use a dry beauty sponge, you can use your fingers, and it's just a really beautiful, radiant looking foundation product. I do have a video where I reviewed it and I will link that somewhere there as well if you want to see a dedicated video on it. I would repurchase if the shade was better for me and if the packaging was better. Yes, you can take the pipette applicator out and put in a pump instead, but I feel like you shouldn't really need to do that when you buy foundation products. I feel like they should already come in a much more convenient, user-friendly packaging. That tinted serum was part of my project pan, so I did sometimes just wear it on its own, other times I would mix it in with other foundations that were part of my project pan, so it's a nice product to be used interchangeably with other foundations as well. So yeah, I quite enjoyed using that product up, and like I say, I might repurchase it, but there's lots of tinted serums out there on the market, and because that's the product, a base product that I would prefer to wear now instead of foundation, I would like to try lots of others before I come back to that one. Right, next 2 makeup items are products that I've used up multiple times. This is my go-to setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I think it is brilliant. It's a holy grail makeup item of mine. I'm not really bothered about trying other setting sprays from other brands. I've tried a few, not really been that impressed. I come back to this one and it just works straight away. It keeps my makeup in place for a really decent amount of time, but it doesn't dry it down and mattify it and make it look like I can't move my face. It's just a beautiful setting spray. Lovely spray bottle as well. It's a really even spray. It's not a fine mist, but it also doesn't drench your face in moisture as well. And I've kept hold of bottles like this in the past and then filled them up with other products because I just really like the bottle as well. So holy grail makeup item of mine, highly recommend, would keep repurchasing. This is, or was, or maybe still is actually, my favourite primer. This is by Bobbi Brown. This is the vitamin enriched face base. I have used up 3 of these this year so far, as well as a dupe from Revolution. These I log on my makeup inventory as primers because that's how I always used to wear them. I wouldn't really wear them as a moisturiser, I would just wear them as a primer before my makeup. But because I didn't really wear primers that often, I thought I've got 3 of these, it's going to take me ages to use them up, let's instead wear them as a moisturiser. So I've been using them as both my evening and my daytime moisturiser, and I didn't feel like they were too heavy for the daytime. I felt that like they were still hydrating but not really heavy on my skin. I don't think I would continue wearing these as moisturisers though. I like my moisturiser to be very plain, very simple, very basic. I don't really like to have fragrance in my moisturiser as well. Happily fine with having, you know, fragrance in a primer, fragrance in like a cleansing balm, but my moisturiser I like to be just really simple, super basic, no frills, nothing at all like that. So I, in the future, instead would just use this as a primer. It did a great job as my moisturiser, but it's just my preference when it comes to sort of fragranced moisturisers. So I would continue to repurchase this, but just use it as a primer. However, I have just yesterday, I think, actually used up another primer, the only remaining primer in my collection, the Merit Great Skin Primer. I think it has a slightly longer title than that. That is excellent. I have been using that as a hydrating serum, but it also works really well as a primer as well, and I listed that one on my inventory as a primer. So that one and the Bobbi Brown one are kind of tied for me in terms of my favourite primers. I think it might just depend whether I prefer to use a liquid product, so I would go for the Merit one, or a moisturiser cream product, so I would go for the Bobbi Brown. But I still really like this, but I would just stick with it as a primer and not a moisturiser. Onto hair care, and I'll start with another regular product that tends to appear in my Empties video. It tends to be the only dry shampoo that I buy if I can find it. This is the Clarins Volumizing Dry Shampoo, and I like the volumizing one in particular. The normal one of this, I think it's just oat. That one is really good, but I do like the volumizing one. I have another one up here as well. I've used some today. Gives me a little bit of lift. It really thoroughly cleans my hair as well, so it means that I can go just that little bit further in between hair washing days, which is great at the moment because, like I said at the beginning, I can't quite wash my hair yet because I can't get my lashes wet. And I'm also not the type of person who can like tip my head over a sink or bath and wash my hair like that, because I just end up with loads of water running down my face. So this is definitely my best friend at the moment until tomorrow evening when I can wash my hair. It's just an excellent dry shampoo. I won't really say more than that because I talk about this all the time in my Empties videos. Great price point, great at what it does, a little bit of volume in there which is nice. Excellent dry shampoo. If you've not tried it, go and try it. And then I have a shampoo. This is by Redken. This is the All Soft shampoo. I think I finished off the All Soft conditioner in my previous Empties video, but this is obviously the shampoo. And this is for dry, brittle hair. I probably didn't need to buy this one because when it comes to dryness, it is more my ends that possibly need a little bit more kind of nourishment and not my roots, because my roots get greasy quite quickly. So this was a really nice shampoo though. It did a really good job of cleaning my hair. It lathered up nicely. It didn't overload my hair as well, so I didn't feel like I needed to wash my hair that bit quicker. But I think I would prefer to repurchase the conditioner and not the shampoo. I'm now using a different Redken shampoo. I'm using the Amino Mint one, and that one is a lot better for my hair because that one is targeted to greasy, oily roots, whereas this one is more for sort of dry roots, hair that needs a bit more moisture. Like I say, still lovely, would repurchase, would recommend, but the Amino Mint one is just slightly better for my hair and my hair needs, but I really did like it. And then I have two skincare Empties to finish on. Firstly is this mini Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. I think I wanted to try a couple of micellar waters to remove eye makeup. I'm pretty sure I bought a mascara. Was it the East Lawn Lash Clash? Or was it a Maybelline one? Can't recall which one it was, but I bought a tube of mascara basically, and it was just a complete nightmare to remove. So I bought a couple of micellar waters, a Bioderma one which I've used up ages ago, and a Garnier one to help remove that mascara, and just so I can see which micellar water I preferred. But I preferred the Bioderma one, so this one I've basically just kept to clean my dressing table, to remove all the powder that tends to settle on my dressing table. So not really been using it as a skincare product, but when I have been, it is gentle, not as gentle as the Bioderma one, and it does a really good job of removing your makeup, but I just don't think I will be repurchasing this one. I would repurchase the Bioderma one, and I might repurchase that one because at the moment I've really stripped back my skincare routine. I'm going to spend August basically having a really simple skincare routine. So in the morning, lukewarm water to wash my face, and then my La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Bound B5, and then an SPF. And then in the evening I would double cleanse with an oil, La Roche-Posay Tolerian cleanser, and then this again. So no vitamin C's, no niacinamides, no retinols. I'm stopping Skin and Me for a month because I just feel like my skin just needs to go back to basics. I will probably talk about this in a separate video. So yeah, basically I want my skincare routine to go back to basics, to just help my skin barrier kind of strengthen a little bit and not just having loads of ingredients on my face. So when I finish my current cleansing oil, I might buy the Bioderma micellar water and use that as my first cleanse of an evening, because I've been watching a lot of Dr. Shireen Idris's videos. She's a dermatologist, I'll link her channel, and that's what she does. She uses a micellar water, so I might do that, we will see. So I would prefer to buy that one over this one, so, but this one is cheaper. And then last product is by Curel. This is the Intensive Moisture Care Deep Moisture Spray. This is the first one of these aerosol cans that I have used up. I've heard really great things about this. I think Caroline Hirons loves this product, and lots of people tried it because she raved about it, and then they really love it as well. So it came with a lot of hype, and I totally see why. It is a fantastic facial mist. I like these types of products anyway. I really like the Aven one. That's one that I've repurchased quite a few times before. Thermal Spring Water, I think it is called. I would buy the Curel one over the Avène one though. I still really like the Avène and I would repurchase it, but if I had the choice between the two, I think I would go for the Curel because it feels that bit more refreshing, a little bit more nourishing, and I also really like the spray. This is so fine and so even. It kind of feels like it's a mechanical spray because it's just so brilliant. It's so exact. And this was really lovely to sandwich my Merit Great Skin Primer that I used as my serum. So I would wash my face, spray of this, the Merit serum, spray of that, and then moisturiser. And it was a really lovely moisturising layer in my skincare routine. Now I think this one would be fine to keep using this month at the moment whilst I'm letting my skin take a bit of a rest, but I just want to keep things super basic. But next month when we go into September and I start to add in a bit of like barrier strengthening products, I might get something like this for an extra little bit of moisture. But I think where I probably would prefer to get this is in the winter months, and I'm pretty sure my skin is dry, so products like this my skin does really like. So if you've not tried that Curel moisture spray and you feel like your skin needs a bit more moisture, it needs a bit more hydration, or you need a product to sandwich in a hyaluronic acid serum for example, would highly recommend that. So there we go, those are the 8 products that I have finished off this month. If you have tried any of the ones that I've spoken about in today's video, please let me know your thoughts as well. If you've got any advice as well about my skin for the next month, please do let me know as well. I am going to continue filming, I think, so you will see me like this again in my Project Pan update video, so I will see you very soon for that one. Thank you once again and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.